Hi there, this is Ranjit and I have the Samsung Galaxy S4 with me, and it'll be almost 2 years since I've got this phone. And just today, that is February 11th, this has got the Android L update, that is Android 5. And if you see, the UI looks very familiar, but it is Android L. Let me actually show you. First, let's open up the gallery, and it was a 990 megabyte update. As you can see, almost 1 gig in size, and it says that you got to have about 3 gigs of space available to update this device. And things have been changed a little bit. If you go to the drop down menu, as you can see, now it looks a little bit different. The color palette actually looks a little bit different, I would say. And again, let's go to the settings now, and here Samsung has changed the layout quite a bit. And let's just go back. If you go to the connections, and as you can see, the toggles actually look pretty different now. So it's sort of a cosmetic touch, I would say. And if you go towards the top, you get this animation. Again, it also happens if you go towards the bottom. And this is for the My Device. And I feel it looks a lot cleaner in my opinion. And it's a flatter UI. And this is for the accounts. And this by default for other settings. Let's go to About the Device. And as you can see, it's running on the Android version 5.0.1. which is Lollipop. So we are getting that one on this device, and the update took about 15 minutes to apply the update. And I would say you got to be a little bit patient after applying the update. The phone was a little bit sluggish for about 30 odd minutes, and I would say let it allow to do other updates. A lot of Google apps got updated after that. If you would have thought that the UI would have changed, again, it is very similar to TouchWiz. That hasn't changed. This is your app tray, as you can see. And you do have this gesture still, using which you can change your wallpapers, add home screens, etc. This is the menu button. They haven't changed it. The multitasking button is at the home. If you hold it for a while, you get to this new multitasking layout. But notice closely, there is a little bit of lag here. The animations are not the smoothest, I would say. So there is a little bit of lag that I have noticed. Dialer also has been changed, and this is the new dialer layout, which again I feel is pretty clean. The messaging app also got slight revamp. The colors have been changed again, as you can see. So these are sort of the cosmetic changes under the hood. But one thing I was hoping that the Samsung Galaxy S4 has been working pretty well, and actually my wife was using this phone earlier. The only problem I had with this phone was the heating issues. If you talk a lot on the phone and stress it, it used to heat up a lot. But I'm sad to say that even with this Android Lollipop update, if the phone is stressed or if you talk a lot, then it still heats up. So the heating issues haven't been solved even when the Android Lollipop update. Overall, it's been performing well, I would say, but I did notice some minor UI lags at time, and sometimes the apps do take quite a bit of time. As you notice, that gallery app, it took almost 3 odd seconds to load. So I'm noticing that also. Also, as it's Android Lollipop, it does support a new type of notification on the lock screen. For example, if I open the lock screen, as you can see, these are the 2 notifications that I have, and you can now interact with these from the lock screen itself. So if you have a notification, you can read. For example, this is the remote. Let me just unlock, and you can unlock the device. Another thing that I did check is also I added a micro SD card, and the thing is that now many of the apps part of the apps can be moved to the SD card. Let me actually show you. If you go to more, and if you go to storage, as you can see, I added a SD card. And now let's go to manage applications. That is application manager, and I was able to move some of the apps to the SD card. For example, as you can see, if I open this Angry Birds, part of the app I was able to move to the SD card. Out of that 127 megabytes, 65 MB was movable to the SD card. And that's the case with many of the apps, but some of the core apps are not movable. I was able to move even this Evernote, a part of that app. And as you can see, I also moved to this game which I just installed, that is Temple Run 2. And as you can see, out of that 92 megabytes, 31 is in the internal storage, and about 61 megabytes is on the SD card. So you can move some of the apps now directly to the SD card. And as you can see, this is the SD card tab, and these are the applications that can be moved to the SD card. But you got to be aware, not the entire app was movable, but part of the app was movable. So these are some of the changes that I've seen with the Android Lollipop update. So if you have also got that update on your Galaxy S4, do let me know what is your experience. It'll be highly appreciated. It's just too early to comment about the battery life on this Galaxy S4 after the Lollipop update, because it's just been a couple of hours since I got this update. But generally with Android Lollipop updates, Android devices do give a little bit more battery life. So I'm hoping that the battery life should also improve a little bit on the Galaxy S4. So again, if you're using the Galaxy S4 and you have got this Android Lollipop update, do share your experience. And if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.